Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Angel. I am so excited to have you here for yet another video. And if you saw the title and the thumbnail to this video and it sparked your interest and you clicked this video and you're listening to me talk right now, it means you are supposed to watch this video. And so let's jump right into it. The life that you desire is going to cost you. And depending on how you see your life, it's going to cost you a lot or a little. And so I want to talk to you guys about this topic today because I'm recognizing for myself in this season, as I reflected, as I, look through the years, look at what was done, what wasn't done, and all of the things in between, I'm recognizing how much more I have to give to myself and to my business and to the things that I'm believing for. And it's a little uncomfortable if I'm completely honest with you. It's extremely uncomfortable. And I'll tell you, well, it's uncomfortable because it's like it's stretching me. Let me be more specific because it feels normal for me, but it also feels uncomfortable in the way where I am literally being stretched in this season. And if you are someone like me, and if you feel like in this season, in 2024, or whenever you're watching this video, that you are being stretched in this season, let me know in the comments below. So with this, in this video, I want to share with you guys some of the things that I've recognized when it comes to the life that you desire and it having a cost. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about some of the things I recognize that has shown up when I think of this life that I'm believing for. The life that you want is going to cost you. And so I want to share with you guys some of the evaluation tips that I have come across as I write out and strategize and even live out this life that I desire. And I want to break it down into 3 categories: communication, cost, as well as time. And so real quick, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please click subscribe. It really means a lot to me. And like this video because it helps me know that this is content that you like. It's content that I should be producing more. And not only that, it helps push my videos to others who are just like us, that, they want to know that, one, they're not alone, and that this topic could actually help them in this season and help them to the next season. All right, now that that's out the way, first section I want to kind of focus on is communication. In this season, I recognize that I have to be super specific and super honest with myself, as well as those who are close to me, on what is actually attainable, what is actually realistic for me in this season. And the only way I can say it is get uncomfortable with being direct in this season. If you are not direct, they can misinterpret what you are saying. They can give unrealistic expectations to you because you haven't told them what you can and cannot do in this season. With this section being primarily focused on communication, there are 3 people you really need to be honest and direct with, especially in this season. First being God, because He is the author of your life. He literally knows why He created you and for what purpose on which He created you. Second, being your accountability partner, whether it be your spouse, a best friend, a mentor, somebody that you connect with, where you're sharing with them what your goals are, what you're realistically trying to accomplish in this season. And then the third person is yourself. Yes, you have to be so brutally honest and direct with yourself. You have to sometimes even talk to yourself and tell yourself, hey girl, pull it in. Let's get back into our lane. Let's get back focused. Let's get back into this mindset where these are the things that are on top of the list. These are things that we can attend to later, and all of the other fine things in between. As you're listening to this video, I'm sure you're getting light bulb moments where you're also thinking about other ways and even other people possibly who you have to be direct with. And it always boils down to, and no matter what, whether you're in a romantic relationship, friendship, or a relationship where someone's pouring into you, you want to be sure your communication is, like, in my opinion, you're overly communicating. That way, no one's trying to figure out where you're at in this time and day. Now, I get also, and when I say communication. Some people might think that that means you got to share with people your goals and aspirations in this season. And that is not at all what I'm saying. That's why you have an accountability partner, because this person is someone that you could go to and feel safe enough to tell them what's on the top of your mind. When I say communication, you have to be able to decipher and discern what's appropriate to share and to whom you're sharing it with. And so that's the first topic. And if you want to know more about communication in this season as you're figuring out what this life that you're working towards is going to cost you, comment below any questions so that way I can make another video answering your questions. Now let's jump into the second topic, which is the cost. Literally, I'm talking about that money green, baby. The money cost in this. When it comes to the life that you want and the cost of it, each person is different. Everyone's budget is different. For me and myself, one thing I recognize that in this season, I have to say no to a lot of the quote unquote luxury type things that I want to do. For example, I can't take as many trips as I would like. I can't be spending outrageously on things that are not propelling me to the place that I want to go. I can't be spending my money even going out and eating and going out to restaurants, because the things that I want to invest in require a lot of money. And going to dinner is like, I don't know about y'all. I don't know where you live, but where I live, minimum for a night out is like $100. That's base. And for somebody watching this, some of you guys are like, girl, $100 where? Like, all I know is X, Y, and Z. Girl, let me tell you the amount of times I have to turn down opportunities to go hang out with friends. And it's not because I can't afford it. It's because I'm really trying to be accountable of the wealth that I have currently. And I'm also trying to get myself out of debt. Now, debt looks different for everybody. I know for me, I don't like having debt. When I think about having debt and like credit cards that have balances, I think, oh my gosh, I don't want to be in that little rabbit hole where I'm trying to catch up. That is the most uncomfortable place to be. And that's something that we could talk about in another video. But listen, I don't know about you, but the life that I desire, the life that I desire to live, it's a debt-free life. And so I'm going to now, in this season, be way more accountable. And I'm going to talk about my finances, not only with my spouse, but even with people that I know have success in this area. And I'm going to look at the word of God, because I want to make sure I am constantly learning and I'm knowledgeable and I'm wise when it comes to my finances. So when it comes to the life that you desire to live and thinking of the actual cost of it, start to write down these numbers. If you're someone that wants to live in a certain type of house, write down what that bracket looks like. If you want to live in a certain town, look at how much you have to make in that town. Start writing down these numbers so it starts to become real to you, because sometimes we think it's going to cost us something, but it could be a totally different number than what it actually is, whether the number is higher or whether the number is lower. Whichever it is, you want to be sure that you know what you know. This leads me into the third part, which is time. And I find time to be literally way more expensive and way more costly than actual money. Because what I recognize with my time is that I literally only have 24 hours in a day. And so that might mean I have to start waking up earlier or staying up later just to accomplish certain tasks or get certain goals off of my list. It also means, like I said earlier, missing certain events. And it could also mean going to certain events that are going to pour into you, whether it be your mind, your spirit, your body, whatever it is in the area that you need help in, or the area that you want to kind of feed and be fruitful in. You might have to start going outside. You might have to start going to different events and networking and meeting different people who are, whether it be like-minded or in the same industry. I also realized that with time, you have to be able to be on schedule. I said this in one of my other videos, whether it's a previous or an upcoming video. Being on a schedule, listen, when you were a child, we were on a schedule. As you grew up, you started to have more leniencies. Like if you think about it, when you were in middle school and before, so elementary and pre-K, etc., you were on a really tight schedule. High school era is like you kind of have more freedoms because you're kind of going to school by yourself, whether it's getting dropped off and picked up by a bus or you're doing public trans. And then college age, you get so much more freedom. You get to kind of plan out how your classes look. You get to plan out how your day looks. You have a work schedule. There's a little more leniency. And then there's when you're in the corporate aspect where it's the 9 to 5 and then you have your weekends or however they have it nowadays, or you're an entrepreneur. And as an entrepreneur, I have recognized literally the time that you think you have doesn't exist. And if you think that being your own boss and being an entrepreneur means that you're not going to be working as much as you did when you were working corporate or full time, I have a very, very real truth to share with you. You actually work more as an entrepreneur because there's a lot more riding on you, especially when it comes to meeting your bills, making sure you're being able to pay certain staff members, being able to do different things that you desire to do. I know for me, I could tell you in 2020/2021, I remember my husband would always tell me, hire editors. And I'd be like, no, because they can't do it like me, X, Y, and Z. Y'all, I have about 6 editors working for me when it comes to my content as well as my client content. That's a cost. And that's something I have to budget when I'm doing what I do, when I'm looking to book clients and doing different things of that nature, of that, whatever you want to call it. I say all that to say for you to be encouraged to start taking account and audit your time. Literally, what time are you waking up? What time are you going to sleep? How much time are you spending on social media? How much time are you spending watching TV? How much time are you spending watching different series, watching movies? How much time are you doing these things? How much time are you on the phone talking to your friends? How much time? Literally, I want you to write out every single thing. Like, just try it for a couple days. Write out every single thing you do for the last hour. If you change a task, write it all down. And then also create yourself a schedule. Whether you're working full time or if you're working for yourself, create a schedule and try to stick to it. And then actually look at how much time you allot to do different things, and let me know in the comments days or weeks from now whether or not when you created that schedule you actually stuck to it, or you realize that there are so many things you have to shift in it. I'm telling you, this life that you want, it has a cost, but it's not unattainable. Literally, you can do it. You can work towards it. And I know that you will be fruitful in it. I hope that this video has encouraged you. I love you so much. God loves you so much. And if you are new here, like I said, subscribe, join me for the next video, join me for the next girl talk, and let me know if there's any topic you want me to cover specifically. And as always, don't you ever let anyone dim your light. And I can't wait to talk to you in the next one. Bye.